Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today we're going to make a Minion pencil topper. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a standard single loom, and we're going to take off the big base plate from it. If you need to, use the end of your Rainbow Loom hook, and it doesn't matter whether it's your plastic one or the metal one. You have a base removal tool at the bottom of it here, and you dig it under and pop it up like that. Next, we're going to pop out the middle column of pegs. We don't need that, so we'll put those over to one side. You're going to make sure that your loom, that the two columns that you have left are the same height, and you're going to make sure that the opening is facing towards you, or at least both of them are the same. Okay, the colours we're going to need are black, blue and yellow, and we're going to need some googly eyes or some beads. If you don't have the sew on googly eyes, you can always get the self-adhesive googly eyes and stick them onto a button that has a flat top to it, so that's always a good way as well. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start with black, and you're going to take a single band. These are all going to be single bands. Single band, stretch it, figure 8, loop it on itself, and we're going to place that between these two pegs, and we're going to twist it so it has a figure 8. Okay, so loop it on itself, place it on a peg, and then twist it so it has a figure 8. And we're using 6 pegs, so if you are going to be using your monster tail, make sure you're only using 6 out of the 8 pegs on it. Stretch it out, figure 8, and place that there. So all the way around and push down. Okay, next we're still going to use black, but it's just going to be a single band that you stretch across like that. Oops, 1, not 2. And our next layer is going to be blue. Again, a single band that you stretch across. Find your hook. Make sure your loom is facing with the open part of the peg facing towards you. It makes it easier. Dig your hook down. Now normally we only take the bottom 2 bands, but because we looped it on itself, it's going to look like you have to pick up 4 bands. So pick up all the bottom bands, the 4 bands. Make sure you leave the 2 black and the 2 blue. Okay, so everything that's not the top 2 black and the top 2 blue goes up and over, but you do want to make sure that you have the top 2 black and the top 2 blue on your pegs. Okay, so turn it over here. You want the top 2 black and the top 2 blue. So yes, I've got the top 2 black and the top 2 blue, and that kind of makes it easier to do. Our next row is blue. This is row 4. Oops, trying to grab a pencil. Grab the 2 black at the bottom, and they come up and over. Make sure you get both of them. There we go. Push everything down, so you should have 4 blue bands on your peg now. Okay, we're going to do another row of blue. Oops. And again, the 2 bottom bands up and over. Push everything down. When you push things down, make sure you're not rolling the bands over existing bands. Another row of blue. Push down. Now we're going to be on yellow. Now on the yellow we're going to place his little arms. So we'll leave that like that for a second. Now for his arms you're going to take a single band, yellow, figure 8, loop it on itself, and place one there, place another the other side, oops. Take another single yellow, wrap it around your hook once, twice and 3 times, and place it on that peg as an end cap. Do the same the other side. Like that. Dig down past the end cap, grab the 2 bottom yellow bands and loop up. Okay, now these are going to go on these 2 side ones, so I'm going to lift that one up and swap the order of these a little bit. Take one of them off the loom. So I just swapped, so this one is on top. I'm going to take this one off, and I'm holding my thumb there so it doesn't fall off completely, and I'm going to slide that little arm on and replace my band. Okay, they're only stubby little arms, we don't have to do big ones because it's just a pencil topper. Let's do the same here. Swap the order of these, place that band, the end of it, on my hook, and slide my stubby little arm on and replace it like that. Now we can loop these in. Bottom 2 blue. So you should be left with 2 blue and 2 yellow on your pegs. Okay, now we need to do another row of yellow. Dig down, and we're this time looping up the blue. Push everything down. You now have 4 yellow bands left on your pegs. Now we're going to do 2 rows of black. Oops. This is our first row, so dig down and you're going to get the 2 bottom yellows. That's 1 and 2. Push everything down. You now have 2 yellow and 2 black. We're going to do another of black. This is our second. I do hate when they stick together. Oh, that's a horrible band. We'll throw that one away. Let's loop up the bottom yellows. So now you're left with 4 black bands on your pegs. Push down. We're going to do our next 2 rows in yellow, and we're also going to add eyes. So I'm going to put the yellows, I'm going to border around this edge here. Now I'm using a metal threader. I made it from a twisty tie, and I have a tutorial on how you can make one on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to put my band in that. Now if you're using beads, that's fine. If you're using bands, that's fine too. But you're going to thread whatever eye you've chosen to use onto a yellow band now. Right now. Come on, right now. Chop, chop. Okay, so I've threaded my googly eyes on, and they are going to go, oops, one here, and the other one here. Make sure that they're facing the right way. There we go. And we will use our hook and grab 2 of the bottom black bands and loop up. Just 2. I'm getting a bit overexcited there and grabbed 3. That's 1. Ah, I think one is broken. Not much I can do about that. I'm just going to loop. There we go. And now we're going to do our last. I'll push everything down, sorry. Thankfully we had 2 black bands, otherwise I'd be a bit lonely for a black band on that particular one. So our last row is just all yellow. Take the 2 bottom black bands and loop them up. Now this is where you're going to have to make sure that you make sure your eyes are facing forward. Okay, it's easy for them to get stuck behind, so make sure they face forward and just do those bottom 2 black bands. In my case for this one, the bottom 1 black band. Now we're going to do the next 2, which are the 2 bottom yellow. And now we get to collect our bands. So I'm starting at the opposite side of where his eyes are. So I'm going to start on this one. I'm going to keep my finger, my thumb, on this particular one so that as that's the last peg, the bands don't pop off it by accident. So collect all your loops up, and then you're going to grab a single yellow band and we're going to thread these loops onto it. Keep that taut. If you let it go slack, it will fall off your hook and you'll lose your bands. Collect them all up, reclaim the end of your band, and then take the side closest to you up, over and off, and pull. You're pulling into a little slip knot. Okay, I would then, if I were you, try and dig your hook down and do another knot to be on the safe side. Oops. So that's a double knot there. Yes, there's my little black band. I'll trim that so I can't see it. Ignorance is bliss. There we go. I hope you don't have a broken band. That would be annoying. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to just put my hook up here and twist it around a bit just to make him spread out a bit more evenly. Then I'm going to poke my hook this side through the top opening and grab that loop. And I'm going to put it back down inside his body where you won't see it. And there, my friends, is a little minion pencil topper. I hope you enjoy making him. He was actually fun to make. Take care.